Morning all, evening all. I have to set some music to the back of this. There we go. Right. Just need a guitar and I'll be ready now. I bet everyone's asleep. I'm broadcasting from an undisclosed BOYT bunker. I can't say much more about the location except it's here. So as long as you know that it's here, you know it's not sort of undisclosed, it's really just here. But yes, there's quite a few people being sent to BOYT facilities as I speak. You will hear a little beep beep at the front, be a little short bus. And I thought it was the ice cream van, but no, she said, come here. So I got her there, bundled up, gagged, thrown into the back, and here I am. It truly is a holding facility. They've got some special sound effects of dogs and cars. Makes you think I'm like in the suburbs. Very clever people. BOYT management. So yeah, no, I'll show you. Look, see that? This is a real out in the bush facility. Quite scary, really. It's got a fridge. It's got some supplies, which is the main thing. And I'll show you the actual living quarters. Actually, I'll show you the sink first. It's got no taps, but they tell me that they're coming. So they tell me. It's interesting. Now this is home sweet home until after the Armageddon of BOYT's finished, which is quite dramatic, of course, but there you go. Isn't it just a wonder? They're doing a few little upgrades as we speak. Need a cup of tea. We've got a cup of tea there. Knives and forks. And body part removal bins. Rubbish bins. So yeah, quite a luxurious sort of setup. They didn't have any B-class vans available apparently, so we got this, which is not too bad. I've lived in worse. Oh, I can start to see some people talking. Hello, awesome hooker, how you going? Yeah, so this is a BOYT bunker holding facility, here for my protection apparently. Apparently all they're doing is picking up the people who are actually sane, leaving all the mad bastards out there. Sorry, spell check sucks. So how's everyone been? Or haven't you been yet? See the roof up there? Apparently there'll be a lining coming shortly. Well, that's what they said. Oh, there's tons of room here. But you need to be selected. You know, all they're doing with the BOYT is picking up the people who are not insane. That's what they told me. And leaving all the other people who are fucking crazy out there to face the music. Sees you've not been on my panel in months. What happened to you? Your money run out, Dave. You know, I'm like Bergs. I'm the show. No, I just don't go into any of the shit anymore. Can't be bothered, to be honest with you, Dave. Zombies are everywhere. You hear the background? They've got that clever dog barking and, g'day Mojo, dog barking and cars and buses going past sounds. Confuses me. We're in the middle of the desert. And they give me a little bit of tobacco to keep me going, which is good. They said they're going to come back after they sealed the lid on the facility, but yeah, so I've been out of the loop. As far as I know, there's everything's at peace and everyone's getting on with each other. Yeah, is that right? No arguments, no discord. Hear that? Clever buggers out in the middle of the desert. It's probably a replication of your tin shed blue. The only thing they didn't provide in here is alcohol. So it really is not identical to your shed. Though I do know, if if I look in this fridge, Kentucky bourbon. I think that's a soft drink, I'm not sure. Tastes like cola. Mojo says I'm not worried about any of these fools on here. No, I never am. Mojo's a booze runner, right? Send you lots of beer your way. Yeah, not really a beer drinker as such. I heard that your 99% blood alcohol reading shows alcohol blue. But I don't know what the 1% is. What is it, mixer? So is it, look, I mean, I don't know. I've been out of the loop. I imagine everyone settled their disagreements, and because in the bunker we don't get any news. I'm sure most people are now happy, and there's no arguments or interpersonal disputes. I'm sure it's just basically good conversation held by good people coming together to share life's experiences. Is that what's happening now? Someone can tell me. I mean, I'm presuming that's the case. I've got to put on a bit of a disguise at the moment. There we go. It has been, so it must just be tranquility. It must be like being on the moon. G'day, JP. We've got to catch up shortly, mate. But you can see the bunker facility they've put us in. And the background music, of course. It's coming. No. No, TM is a lot younger than me. I think Tony's about 20, I think. Got a lot of facial hair, but he's only a young fella. Hey, you love that music? Yeah, we still got a bit to do, but after we get out the bunker in about a week's time, JP will certainly catch up. Someone said the F word, so he killed it. I missed half of these. When you got your phone sideways, the messages don't stay up long. So if I've missed it, I apologise. But what's been happening? I mean, is everyone getting back to being like hippies and holding hands and, you know, just love-ins on hangouts? Is that what's happening? A bit like here, you know, everyone's getting together. I'm drinking the alcohol and you're watching me. The homosexual F word. Well, Mojo, that's a very useful word actually in the 17th, 18th century. They'd bundle those little faggots together and they'd be firelighters for making bread. It's true. His hair's growing out. Glam said her goodbye tonight. Right, so is she on the Mars mission? She has given up on the BOYT. I gave up on it a while ago. Here they strike you. Well, I don't really care if I didn't do hangouts, to be honest, if they want to strike me. I must be the worst target for any troll going, because if I didn't have hangouts, I'd say, okay, no big deal. You can see the donate button down below. Is this living in the bunker for cheap, serious? No, it's a serious move, TM. I'll be showing a footage of how we're living shortly. Why is most people know we're here to help our mother who's very ill. Dave's in space preparing nukes. Oh, he must be part of the Space Force. Dave's joined the Space Force. Quiz shows don't get you strikes. That's true. And I'm on my phone because I've got 4G. The Wi-Fi's not very good. Well, out in the bunker it's not very good. But I'm getting about 60 download. Yeah, all good, TM. Hope things are going well for you. Have you remarried again? Wife number 9? 10? So what's happening with Mr. Bergs? Is he reformed? Has he gone to rehabilitation? And now wears a priest collar and preaches to the masses of love and caring and not so much self-centeredness? I know I'm dreaming, aren't I? I don't get these people, really. I understand the delusion, don't get me wrong. But for someone to say, and I'm not mentioning just the Bergs, there's a handful of them, as you know, they're the best. And I'm the show, world-renowned. I mean, I went to a world-renowned hangout a couple of days ago, bloke in a van, sort of big, chubby bloke, lots of sweat and slime. I don't know who he was. But apparently he is world-renowned, international superstar. And there was 8 people in there. Not sure what that means. You only need 8 people. I've got 10 people in here now, so I must be internationally known. Drink, still, abuse, everyone, apologise, repeat. Seems like a bit of a pattern. See you later. I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. All right, Toto, be good. I think what's been obvious to most people is the self-destruct mannerisms of many people. Many people who go out in the end just simply to start a hangout, to queues and attack and docks and waffle on. There is no reward. And you're seeing, I imagine, the self-destruction of that behaviour, because it is only self-destructive behaviour. Even though you may harm others to an extent, the amount of effort that goes into being an arsehole is incredible. It's a lot easier to be nice. Well, sort of nice. You can be an arsehole every now and then. So what's happening in the great world of the United States of America? Not at war yet, not at peace yet. It's a bit like BOYT, isn't it, really? There's always talk of war. One tribe faces another. I'm drinking one of your drinks, TM. Kentucky Woodstock Bourbon. I should do a BOYT quiz once. Just once. Doesn't warrant any more than that. You know, questions like, who's the biggest dickhead on BOYT? Who's the most evil BOYT person? Who has lots of brain cells missing on BOYT? Well, that would probably get a plethora of answers. Well, actually, no. It's we've got a family member that works at the local liquor store, JP, and he brought them round. We're normally Jack Daniels is what we drink, but it was very kind of him. When he came down the bunker with a special password, of course. Actually, we went to the RSL last week and I had a beef schnitzel. Still good. You know, you get big meals for good prices. So one question I have, because I am on 4G, what is the quality of this hangout that I'm doing? Because normally, apparently, I skip and freeze and all sorts of crap. Is it clear? Is it coherent? Oh, we can go anywhere, mate. There's plenty of... If I fired a 303 from here, we'd hit 40 RSL clubs, mate. Doesn't matter which one. So I joined the local one. Cheeky bugger. She gave me my card. Up the top, JP, says pensioner. Which I mean, I'll probably get cheaper meals, I'm not sure. Must have been the walking stick that did the trick. So come on, what's happening? I really have been out the loop. I imagine that it's same shit, no different. Are you hiding in the moonshine shed? Nah, the only alcohol we got here is this cheap-ass Woodstock bourbon. It's all right, it's very sweet though. Have you had this one, JP? Very, very sweet. Very much so, actually. So I better go and get my guitar? No, only kidding. You know, if you took the drink away from Bergs, he'd be a half-decent bloke. I suppose you'd have to take the obnoxious away as well. Link Knight's lingerie coming. That's funny, Link making clothes. Oh, good on him, but I mean, he's probably spent more on material than he would ever have spent on buying clothes from a shop for the rest of his life. Good bloke, Link. Haven't heard much from him lately. I do a fairly good Link Knight impression. Do you want to hear it, Johnny? Do you want to hear my Link Knight impression? Hello, Blinky. Good to see you, mate. The BOYT is, as you left, a mess. I stay out of the drama. Great idea. Anyway, it's Link Knight reporting here. Just having a bit of a drinky poo. Yeah? I've got a sort of a Victorian accent here going. And I'm going to go and see a couple of sheep tonight. Bit of romantic interlude with my lingerie company. It's cold here, Blinky. Fucking cold. 4 degrees tonight, apparently. What's it out your way, JP? Is it that cold tonight? Not like my home state. It's a blistering 12 degrees tonight where I used to live. Mind you, it was bloody cold the other day when that wind came down from the mountains. It snowed at Oberon, apparently. It's getting a bit close for comfort. I have the fireplace raging. Wood fire, I hope. Love wood fires. Nice glass support sitting in front of a wood fire. You don't need the telly on, just watch those amber and blue and green embers burning away. Like the old days when we lived in the cave. I'd say, Blinky, I'm going out hunting. Get that embers going when I get back. I think sometimes life, well, not life, but I think we make it more complicated than it has to be. You know, the old saying, the simple things in life are the best. Usually are. Good company, good people, good drink, if you like a drink every now and then. Just not taking life so seriously. That would be the biggest BOYT tick that I would put in a box. Most people on here take it far too seriously and are so easily fired up. Must be age that allows me to say that is the case, because it is. Some of the things that are said in text are taken out of context. Some are mean. Let's not beat around the bush. They're mean. But I've always said, if you have a problem, block. 68 Kentucky mountains, laying nude in my bed with the windows open. Hope Randy isn't wandering around the... Yeah, just don't cover yourself in baby oil and make that noise, because he'll find you. I'm pretty sure there's some good news coming his way shortly, TM. I'm sure he's kept you in touch as well. I had a talk with him the other day. There's a good chance he might be getting into a little bit of cash, which is good for the young fella. I've got these little gas burners. I'll quickly show you. People that know me know I'm using them. You can see them over there. And they're a propane, little propane tin. You know, slides in and turn it on. But when it gets really cold, it doesn't work that well. Same with LPG. In the mountains, I know some people use other sort of fuels like oil or paraffin, because the temperature for liquefied petroleum, when it gets down so low, doesn't work that good. You got to take them. I don't know what that means. I've got one of them here, I like sitting around a candle. Yeah, actually there is an old bush trick. You might know it, Blinky. If you're out in the bush in a bit of trouble, if you have a little, just a tea light candle, and you stick a blanket or something around you and you put it underneath your ass, you know, sitting a rock, not directly on the candle, unless you're that way inclined, go for it. But if you can cover the air around where the candle is, you'll actually survive, because your core temperature will be okay. It's true, I'm not making that up. Just cover yourself with a blanket or a tarp and have a little tea light candle going, as long as it goes for more than 9 hours. Yeah, it's true. The only thing you need, your face can nearly freeze and your hands can nearly freeze, but if your core temperature can be maintained somewhere near under semblance of normal, you'll survive. There you go. This is an outback show. Crikey. But no, it is true. Even one candle will give you enough heat if you can retain the heat released. But if you fall asleep and slip down on your ass on it, you'll soon wake up. Got one going at oil burner. Actually, even these little gas mates, you know, with the propane cylinders, they last about 2.5 hours on full. So I get plenty of cooks out of just one tin. But, you know, if you wanted to keep warm, that would keep you warm. The thing about this time in Australia, during winter, a few people do stupid things, like put kerosene heaters in a shed, or in some people do it in a container. Remember that one a couple of years ago? And then the oxygen is just, you know, gone, and carbon monoxide. Well, And I'm talking a bit of link now. When it gets really cold out here, me and the sheep just gather around. Don't need any wood fucking fire. No. Just wrap a couple of sheep round you. As long as they don't get too amorous, it's okay. Link doesn't mind. He knows I always take the piss out of him. Coal is only 20 at... Oh, jeez, I wish it was that cheap here. We've got... Tony, we've got... You wouldn't even know how much coal we've got in this country. It's just ridiculously large amounts of coal. Take the bottle out of the burner and shake it free. Yeah, no, it does. But all you're doing is building the pressure up. When it goes back in, only a couple of minutes later, it goes down again. We've got biggest coal fields in the world. And you go and try and buy a bag of coal, because when I was a kid, my grandmother used to cook with coal. And one of the things that we see now is you can't buy coal like in a bag of coal. It used to be delivered by a coal man in a truck. Just pour X amount down the chute. And as a kid, my job was to bring in the old brass scooper and fill up the bucket next to the fire and in the kitchen. But that's long gone. Charcoal's very expensive. I don't know what charcoal is there, Tony, but here it's just, $30 for about £20. Not much. Yeah, do you remember the old heaters in the bathroom? You used to stake them up with chipwood. They're called chip heater. I'm sure you've had them, Blinky. Big long tube, little firebox, obviously water coil on top of it. Used to feed it. You could virtually feed it while you're in the bath to keep it warm. And if you got it too hot, the pipes would fucking explode. You haven't seen them. I'm sure JP remembers them. Imagine like a long cylinder cone, obviously going up and out of the bathroom roof. A little tiny firebox in there with them, little pull down, stake it up. Didn't need much, and that would heat the water up. That's a really old system. Worked pretty good. All it did was heat X amount of water within the pipes. But now we have modern technology. Just turn the tap on and it's hot water. Mind you, some people on BOYT don't need hot water to have a shower. You never heard of them. You're 40. Geez, you're young. No, some people on BOYT don't need water because they don't bath. Ever. They just let the sweat naturally cleanse them. That's what they did in the 60s, but they called them hippies. Now they're just fucking lazy. Hello, MB. Handsome C, still thinking about your moles. Yeah, I told MB that I was travelling about 4,000 miles across Australia. I meant miles, but I said moles. I said, there's something going on in the deep recesses of the Freudian side of the brain. That's what was happening. No, I just did a spoonerism. I did a video a long time ago, a few years ago, just using a 12-volt shower connected to a battery, portable battery that I had. Brilliant. Absolutely worked brilliant. Probably about 4 gallons of water. Did about a 15-minute shower. Seriously, was just as much pressure as the normal, and I didn't use the whole four gallons. And I just heated that on one of them little gas mates, half the water cold, half hot, just right. But we can make do. That's one thing that I see that is being lost, is people, not making do. If you can't have this that way, do it another way. Learn. Knowledge. Which is the biggest commodity you will ever have in your life, other than time, is knowledge. And if you can share knowledge, you're sharing wealth. So who have we got on the panel now? Oh, there's Blinky. How you going, Blinky?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. How you going?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. How's Victoria?
Fucking cold.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Certainly can use mine to some Aussies that are interested in how mine those small 6-foot seams. Yeah. Electric water heater. Whew, that'll be costing you. Is it continuous or is it instantaneous, Blinky? those instantaneous hot water systems, gas or electric, they're pretty efficient actually, unless you have teenage daughters who believe it's their compulsory right to have an hour for a shower and then leave the water running. Any of you had daughters? I've had 2 teenage daughters. I've never recovered. But my eldest son will be 40 this year. 40. I'm 173. I'm almost dead. I reckon you should do a hangout, Tony. A lot of people like your work, or Jeff. But yeah, probably need some good humour. That's probably what the bottom of YouTube is sadly lacking. They have 13 to 20-year-old girls. Poor old JP. Yes, yes. Isn't that funny? Like you just want to get into a shower. Most people in Australia have 2 bathrooms, but if you've got 2 teenagers, girls, you might as well wait till the morning to have a shower. Yeah, I reckon if Tim had a hangout and just invited a handful of good people, it'd be good fun. Because what it lacks, humour's one thing, but a lot of people drift off into cynicism and anger and hatred. There's no need for it, in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure that Jeff and Tony just want to have a good time like I do. And I don't run a hangout more than about half an hour, which means I'll be closing shortly. That's what this is for, Blinky, isn't it? It's to interact. And people, I had some person message me saying, look, I'm a really good friend of yours, blah, blah. I hardly know the person. And it's like, I'm not being derogatory, but I hardly know you. It's like, okay, well, you're online and I've seen you 8 times in a year. No, friendship has developed over a lot of things. Interaction over the internet is a very small portion. I have to catch up with JP shortly and develop a bit bigger relationship with the man. Seems like a decent bloke. But some people take on board delusional friendship when it's not really there. But yeah, no, I think probably one of the best people to do it would be Tony and Jeff. Very funny men and very wisely known. They know lots about what's happening in the world and what's going on. And you'll see me in hangouts from time to time, but I just won't stay for the nonsense. I'm sure JP's normal, and he's not 6'5" like me, so don't give me any trouble, JP. But we got the cabin all set up now, with the bed in it. G'day, keeping. We've got my office in there. That's all it really fits in there. It's 20 foot long, Tony. That's why I played that music. I'll do a video shortly about the setup. But when I do the video, you'll be hearing this. Be very appropriate. We live in the house. Of course, we just sleep and I work in the cabin. But and then we've got this underground bunker that we're staying in. But if you do decide, certainly not twisting your arm to do it, Tam, but if you get a hangout going, not every day, but every now and then, I'm more than happy to come, even if I'm just in the side chat, because if we can have a laugh and share some experiences, even some ideas, that's what a conversation is normally about. Seriously, that's what a conversation is about. It's not about picking subject matter of someone's personal life and then shredding it for what. I'll never understand what reward anyone gets for doing that. Now, I did that, did you? What's the reward? There isn't a reward. In fact, it eats away at your very core. The people who suffer most at the bottom of YouTube are the attackers, not the attacked. The attack can brush it off, start again. So it's not, I'm quick, I'm JP, I mean, I love yous all. Yeah, I think what it is, and if someone just starts doing nonsense, and I'll do hangouts and invite people in the future again, but if someone starts saying nonsense, I'm just going to flick them. Not interested at all. And people, I mean, there's 7 people here because that means an international audience now. So that's a massive audience, Tony or Jeff. What we'll do is we'll get everyone that's in this room to subscribe to TN Movies. So when he invites you to the hangout, you know, you'll be laughing. But I've gone past the 30-minute mark, and that's usually my benchmark to say good night or good morning. Actually, what the hell time is it at over there? Must be middle of the morning. Seriously. But anyway, if you do think about it, maybe, I don't know, once a week, Tony, bring back the good times, you know, vaudeville, because you're a funny bugger, and some good fun and laughter, and the odd, you know, take the piss out of each other. That's okay. That's the difference between being antagonising someone and just, you know, give them a bit of an elbow, a bit of a laugh. I am more than happy for people to take the piss out of me. It does not bother me at all, and I'll do the same back, or more.
All right, then it's been about 30 minutes, Tony. So I've got this disguise on. It's Seed's mask. Underneath here is, of course, your very good friend. Ow! Fucking black cat. Anyway, it's time to go. Thank you for coming, all of you. And I hope Seeds can make it next time, because I've got him bundled up in the bunker. All right, everyone.
I'll see you then.